I'm not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning from Life in UK test part 559 while doing triangular fiber cartilage complex training. So that part of the list. And if you participate in a triangular fiber cartilage complex training, that's at your own risk. Right in the moment, and since a few seconds, I don't really like the idea to list first these 11 ordered movies and then to talk about the movies. So I want to talk directly about the movies, but I have no idea of what title. It's called the beginning of movies in Britain. The beginning of movies in Britain. Where we have an answer to. 1896. First publicly screening 1896. And the rest is bonus. So we're basically just saying that, and the rest is bonus. The bonus is that, okay, then let's talk with what is here. For example, there were many people from Britain who worked in the United States, or in both the United Kingdom and the United States. For example, Charlie Chaplin. And he's famous for silent movies. He did them in America, not in the United Kingdom. The Trump character. They sing it like that, so... No, they don't say it like that. They don't say whether he worked in the United Kingdom or not. I know that he went pretty early to the United States before he was famous, before he did the Trump character. And I'm not even sure if he worked in movies before he went to the United States. And after he left the United States, he did not went to Britain, I think. I think it was Switzerland, maybe France, but not to Britain. So I don't know if he worked at all as an actor in Britain. In theatres, there was something like theatre-like that he worked, but that was before he was famous. That's already a question, because do we name it if we're talking about British movies? Not telling what someone did in America? Okay, Charlie Chaplin. And Charlie Chaplin is famous for silent movies in which he played the Tramp character. T-R-A-M-P. And, for example, there are other actors in this film. And there are directors like Sir Alexander Korda and Sir Alfred Hitchcock, who also went to Hollywood. Or directors like Sir Alexander Korda and Sir Alfred Hitchcock. During the Second World War, there were movies done, like In Which We Serve. It's better than the first title. Like In Which We Serve, which try to get the moral boosted, which try to boost the moral of the British people facing the hardship of the Second World War. But there are also other directors like Sir David Lean and Sir Ridley Scott who found great success in the United Kingdom and internationally. Okay, comedies. There were comedies in the 50s and 60s like Passport to Pimlico, Ladies, Killers and Carry On. Passport to Pimlico. They never spent effort in learning the title. Passport to Pimlico. Passport to Pimlico. What does Pimlico mean? Is it something vulgar? The Lady Killers and the Carry On films. There are many films done in the United Kingdom today by foreign companies, but they're using British actors or they're working together with British film studios. There are, for example, the Harry Potter franchise of the Harry Potter series and the James Bond franchise, and they are two of the highest grossing film franchises, so the franchises who made the most money. There is the Ealing Studio, and that has acclaim, and they say that they are the oldest continuously working film studio facility in the world. Okay, in the United Kingdom there are the Ealing Studios, and they have acclaim that they say, and they might be the oldest, and they have acclaim, they might be the oldest continuously working film studio of the world. Britain was already in the beginning of the cinemas, in the 20s and 30s, strong in special effects, and where it continues to be strong in animation and special effects. There's, for example, Nick Frost is an actor. Nick Park. There's, for example, Nick Park, and the other thing was Powerful to Pimlico. Now we have again Nick Park. And Nick Park won 4 Oscars, 3 of them for voice and cloning. Now, do we list all these actors? It doesn't really make sense. It's just like a lexicon listing. We could do it. Sir Lawrence Oliver, David Niven, Sir Rex Harrison, Richard Burton. Or Colin Firth, Anthony Hopkins, Dame Judi Dench, Kate Winslet, Tilda Swinton. They have 4 Oscars. Okay, we should learn them. We should learn for writing okay test. That could be something to ask. The other ones are in the position of having been starred in popular movies. Sir Lawrence Oliver, David Niven, Sir Rex Harrison, Richard Burton. Sir Lawrence Oliver, Richard Burton, right next to David Niven. And Rex Harrison. What I mean is, I'm already starting to get Richard Nixon happening. Richard Burton, David Niven, Sir Rex Harrison. Sir Lawrence Oliver, David Niven, Sir Rex Harrison, Richard Burton. Sir Lawrence Oliver, David Niven. David Niven. It's not Niven also. David Niven. David Niven, Sir Lawrence Oliver, David Niven, Rex Hamilton, Sir Rex Hamilton, Harrison. Sir Rex Harrison, Richard Burton. And then, Oscar winners, Colin Firth, Tilda Swinton, Sir Anthony Hopkins, Dame Judi Dench, Kate Winslet. Colin Firth, Sir Anthony Hopkins. Colin Firth, Sir Anthony Hopkins. Colin Firth, Sir Anthony Hopkins, Tilda Swinton, Kate Winslet, Dame Judi Dench. Tilda Swinton, Kate Winslet, Dame Judi Dench. Colin Firth, Sir Anthony Hopkins. And there are the BAFTAs. That is the equivalent, the British equivalent to the Academy Award in the United States. We are not ready to say that now. The actors are not clear. But we are getting closer. In the next video we will continue the preparation for our film video, and maybe not starting to do the British comedy because we're going to confuse it, but maybe the television and radio stuff here. So, if you're here to learn for the Live in UK test, further with the movies and television and radio, then you can go directly to the next part, because we will do now just the triangle fabricated conflict setting. But only if you're just here for the learning on the Live in UK test, because you might be here for the triangle fabricated conflict setting, and if it is so, then you can participate, but if you do so, that is at your own risk. We are starting with the floodgate. Arms next to us, hands from the fists, and we're bringing them down and holding it. And up, and holding back. Again down. One last time down. Yeah. Now a counterfeit money check. Hands next to us, and bring the fists up. And down. Again up. I would like to do a video about the TV license, but I'm not going to do a video about the TV license if we don't know how expensive it is, and that's not written in the book. Down. And again. Next exercise. I'm using a tennis racket. A tennis racket is light, just around 300 grams. So if you use a dumbbell or something else, it doesn't have to be too heavy. It has a long leather tennis racket. The next exercise, the mannequin echo. Have the lower arm. Hold it in and hold it, and go slowly to the outside. and to be inside. So whatever weight you choose, it has to be in accordance to our 3 rules. And the 3 rules are: first, if there's pain, then stop immediately. So if you use weight which is so heavy that it causes pain, then don't use that weight. No, even without the weight, if it causes pain, then don't do it. The second rule, we're going only as fast as we can go with a little bit of effort. So if you use a 50-pound dumbbell, doing that exercise here to the side for last time now, causes you to use a lot of effort, and that is not in accordance with the rules. I'm just picking up on the outside and to the outside. And the third rule is that we're not overdoing it. So we just want to strengthen the ECU tendon or the triangular fibrobladetic complex. If you use a way too heavy dumbbell, you do not just do as much as you can do without overdo it, but more. That wouldn't be in accordance with the third rule. So next exercise, long arm out, and we bring in the weight to the outside, and just bring it in there. And to the outside. Now the same with the smaller. One more time. And the outside first with longer. And over smaller. And now for the side. And the next exercise, take the dumbbell or weight or racket from top, bring it up, bring it over, back, and down. Now we are around, and up, and over, back, and down. And on the other side, take it from top and up. Bring it slowly over. And back. Down and now. Over ground taking. Up. And over. Back. And down. And the last 2 exercises. You can use a towel, a t-shirt, a sock, and you press onto it with full force. When you bring it up, the wrist, and down. Again up, and down. And again. On the other side, we are pressing, bringing it up, and now the wrist down. Again up, No, just press with good force onto it. On the other side. Thank you very much, and until next time.